What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Rumpier Sports MLB Swing for the Fences show. We are here to break down tonight's small 7-game slate, but very impactful slate because, me and Big T throughout our career have been, partners in crime. We've been, at the same company on a few different occasions, allies, I'd say, in the industry. Tonight, it's a little bit different. We are enemies. After the fourth round of the Olympic slate, Big T and Hoop found themselves tied for a couple World Golf Championship seats, $16,000 value. And tonight is the tiebreaker in MLB. We're ready to do some battle, so it's gonna be fun tonight to see who takes down these seats. I'm excited, Big T. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, it's always a fun weekend when we both were at the top of the leaderboards for most of the golf. A lot of the similar guys. I mean, obviously, tons of similar guys if we chopped a few of those qualifiers. So fun weekend. I felt like a dumbass, though, because I woke up. I was on the golf trip for 4 days, drinking and playing 36, doing a few extracurricular things, too, while I was there in shambles. But I thought that I wasn't sure where these guys would fall because they were having a 7-way tiebreaker for the bronze in third place. So I wasn't sure if it would impact us, and we were up a bunch. And I was rooting on it, not knowing, and I felt like a dumbass after it was over because I stayed up for like 2 hours rooting on it, and it didn't impact anything because everyone still finished third, which is probably how it should be. But I didn't know at the time. I assumed it would be that way, but I thought maybe they'd get fourth or something too, which would have maybe hurt us a little bit. And I know it would have in the one you shipped 50K, it probably would have maybe hurt you. But point being, I was a dumbass for that, staying up for those 2 hours rooting on the bronze. But we got it done. Huge weekend in golf, and now we got a bunch of qualifiers tonight for this golf that starts this week. So it's going to be fun, and I'm looking forward to it, of course.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I mean, they did the right thing. I mean, I know a lot of people on Twitter like, I can't wait to see how this sort of out. To me, it was pretty clear. I mean, the only reason they had the playoff was to see for the medal, not necessarily any, other reason. And, if somebody's tied for third at a regular PGA event, that's kind of where they finish. Nothing else really comes into play. So they ended up paying those out. Obviously, it would have crushed me because my best team, I think, had 3 or 4 guys tied for third. So all worked out well.
It would have crushed me too. I don't even want to know what would have happened because for a minute, right when I pulled it up, because obviously you were heavy on both of them too, but Hideki and Casey.
I faded Hideki.
Oh, you didn't? Well, so it would have hurt me way worse then because I had tons of Hideki. I only had the 3 teams in a lot of them, and I had Hideki, I think, on 2 of them. Hideki and Casey, though, I had Casey on all of them, and they went out the first 2 of the tiebreaker, and for a minute, DraftKings changed them to 8th, and I dropped a shit ton. So I know it would have hurt me a bunch because for a minute it showed them 8th place, and that was what, man, I was sweating that because that would have crushed me.
Yeah. Worked out well, and like I said, tonight, big night, big weekend all around, obviously, for the RPS golf team. And we not only did Big T and myself have big weeks, but a lot of members crushed this weekend as well. The shows and all the content, I think, were very helpful this week.
Now we had new people even after crushing too. Talk about our new addition here after we have a big golf weekend.
Yeah, we got to bring Title in first because we've been talking here for a few minutes, and
Title can freaking wait. He took my $1,000 at 3:30 in the morning one of those nights I sent to him. Make his ass wait while you talk about the new addition.
Well, I mean, there's been some robberies in the RPS community. I mean, I don't. Okay, you owed the $1,000. Mangone literally ripped off your uncle for a $70 launch. Like that's something I still can't get over. Like I'm still shocked that Mangone accepted a $70 lunch payment from Uncle T. That's just literally robbery. Title, you get like 10 seconds to say hello to the people, and then we're moving on.
Sitting here with 2 goats are battling out today for a live final. That's all I got to say. So you guys go ahead. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy listening.
It's going to be fun. Yeah. So if you didn't see on Twitter, we had a big announcement today, something we've been working on for a while now. And, Big T was behind the scenes, I know, doing a lot of work to make sure that this went through. And, when we started Rumpier Sports, we wanted to, build a team of contributors, a team of people that, we're in the industry grinding every single day, playing the sports they talk about. A lot of the other sites in the industry, they have the talking, they have the people that are doing the research, but they're just not playing, and it's not correlating to wins and all that. At Run Pure Sports, we wanted to build a team where if you're on there talking about the sport, your ass better be playing it, and your ass better be pretty damn successful at it. And that is the case. And we added someone today. Well, I mean, we added them a while ago, but we announced today a guy that kind of fits that bill. Our boy Tambo joined the squad. We're very, very excited to have him on board. Big T, talk to the people about Tambo if they're not familiar with him, and kind of some of the things that he's going to be doing here at Run Pure Sports.
Yeah, I think he fits in perfectly with what we do. We're talkers. We like to talk a little trash. We like to pick winners. I think he fits in perfect with what we do because he likes to do that stuff. He likes to talk a little trash on his podcast, the D-Gens podcast. And he's going to do a bunch of golf stuff. He's going to pick winners. He's had tons of success in golf and NFL. So those are going to be the two main things that he goes with. But he's going to help in other stuff too. I mean, it's not going to be just golf and football. I mean, just being a part of the Discord and everything else, there's going to be basketball, I'm sure, tons of other sports, just like everything. I mean, I'm in there freaking playing soccer now because we got Jaime and Rubio in there grinding. MMA with Title every weekend. I know Hoop plays. I play every weekend. We're maxing stuff out because of Title. Doesn't stop with golf and friggin' golf and NFL. I'm sorry. He's going to crush those. Don't get me wrong. He's absolutely going to crush those and fit in perfectly. But he's going to crush other stuff too, just like everyone here at Run Pure. And I want to go into another tangent. I mean, so all of a sudden on Twitter this weekend, I see these other companies. They're advertising as a promotion. You get 1 hour Title of Discord with you. 1 hour with Titletown on Discord. If you sign up today, Titletown's in our Discord every freaking day talking to people. It's a promotion at other sites to have an hour of Discord. Are you freaking kidding me? At Run Pure, it's one price for every sport. The Discord is the best part of the product. You get every one of our people in there. These other sites, are you freaking kidding me? And it's not even every day. You get an hour.
What's the saying? I could be wrong on this. I could slaughter this, but isn't it like imitation is the greatest form of flattery? When somebody is trying to
That's do not even imitation though. 1 hour?
Correct. Yeah. It's like a slice, imitating just a slice of what we do. I mean, it's I
try to imitate a porn star in the workbench, but I'm not making it no half hour.
Holden?
So I mean, some of these sites are trying to do a little bit of what RPS does, but on a much smaller and less effective scale. And this weekend the big thing was Discord. If you become a member, they're going to run a promo where you get access to Discord. I mean, do they even say who you're talking to in the Discord?
Oh, yeah, they got it. Oh, I'm not going to say all the sites, but one of the sites in particular has it like scheduled. Oh, you get this guy from 3 to 4 on Monday and this guy from 2 to 3 on Tuesday. If you're lucky, you'll get your QQ in there and you get to ask them. I mean, it's an absolute joke what's going on. I mean, we're in there every day. I was on my damn golf trip drunk and in shambles. I still found 10 minutes in the middle of the day on Saturday to post my MMA course and my player pool, which ended up crushing thanks to Title's playbook and stuff. I mean, we're going to be in there grinding with you every friggin' day, and it's an absolute joke what these other sites are doing.
Yeah. Title, what do you have to add to the conversation? I mean, you're a lot of people are a lot of our coordinators super active in the Discord chat. Title is definitely one of those guys. I know, especially during MMA. Got an MMA pay-per-view card coming up. He's all day, all night in there, not only giving information, but just, grinding out and chatting with the people while the fights go on. So anything to add to that topic, Title?
Yeah, when I saw JSU and Big T tweet about that, I was in shock. I mean, you can see how many coordinators in Discord are online at a time, and there's always 10 plus, sometimes 20, every sport. I mean, whoever's leading the charge. I mean, Jaime, Rubio in soccer, NASCAR, Coop's always in there, Matty Ice, hockey. I mean, you name it, we're in there. And I mean, we're talking about from like 8 a.m. people are in baseball Discord. Gary's always in there talking. And then the members too. There's a lot of very knowledgeable members dropping their info in there that can teach us coordinators things on the slate that we don't see. So the community is just awesome. People are staking each other left and right. Discord's my favorite part of the product for sure. And I mean, you won't find a Discord like ours, just a community you guys built to start it off. And then the people that you guys brought in just keep contributing. So Discord's my favorite. No one does it like RPS. So hop in if you're a member and not in Discord, you're definitely missing out. And the membership alone for Discord pays for itself.
We got freaking Phallic in there. He doesn't get paid. He's in there more than anyone. He's in there freaking every sport, putting whatever in there. He doesn't even get paid.
Yeah.
He might still pay us. Honestly, he signed up for the site. He might still be paying us.
That's a good point. Yeah, he might still be a paying member. That's very possible. To put a bow on the Tambo talk, obviously he's going to be very involved in our golf product. We're still working around the schedule, but you're definitely going to see him on the golf shows. You're going to see him involved in the Showdown content, working hand in hand with Snyder, who's done a phenomenal job with the Showdown and, overall golf product. And then once NFL hits, he's going to be very heavily involved in everything we do here at Run Pure Sports. So great addition that we're super, super happy about. And, honestly, we think you guys will as well. And even if you're not a member, you're going to see him on some of these live free shows as well. And I think you'll obviously really, really like the addition to the squad. Good fit too. The one thing is we're not trying to bring in these stiffs that can only talk about, not to take a shot at anyone on our squad, but the swinging strike rate and the whiff rate and the, BABIP percentage and that shit. Like, that's not us. Like, and Tambo is one of these guys. I think that's just going to fit in perfectly with everything that we're trying to do. So very, very excited to get him rolling here at Run Pure Sports. And, like I said, I think you guys will, really like it. Big T, anything else that we're missing here? Only 7-game baseball slate. Yeah. So, we're going to talk about pitchers. And for the position by position people, hate to tell you, but we're going game by game today.
Especially on a slate like this.
Yeah.
Before we get into baseball, though, and me and Hoops, we're just leaving Title out today. But that's okay. Like I said, he owned me in $1,000 bet, so he gets to be left.
Title had his time to shine. His fucking NBA team just won the championship. We had to sit here and stroke. We had to stroke
Title. He's not in the stroke fest today. We
had to stroke Title, and his NBA. He was dead on with the NBA. Takes all throughout the playoffs. I had to come on this show literally every day, and I guess I was wrong. Title was right. So if he's sitting, stationary today for a little while, that's fine.
Had to get some Big T and Uncle T bucks. That's that finally got him back. But yep, it's all you two. Take it away. I'll sit on mute.
Yeah, not only did me and Hoop come through in the golf streets, but we in the real life golf streets. I was on my yearly golf trip. Lots of bragging rights. I don't know if you can see the thing back there. 6-0 for Big T. We got trophy back where it belongs. In the household here, we got the old trophy.
You have some drinks out of that thing?
Huh?
You fill that up with some booze?
Yeah, did you see the video? So anyone that knows me knows, usually when they do the trophy, they fill it up with all kinds of shit, beer and stuff, and then whoever wins has to drink a bunch of it. They poured, like, anyone that knows me knows I don't drink beer, drink like bourbon and wine and stuff like that. So they pour like 3 beers in there, and they're booing me because I'm not freaking chugging 3 beers. I'm just not doing it. It's not happening. So finally, they get this big. One of my uncles, as Hoop knows, poo freaking gets this big jug of, I don't even know what the hell it was. Some sort of fruity
jungle
alcohol,
juice, probably like a jungle juice type thing.
Yeah, like a big old jug, and we filled this fucking thing up. And anyone that follows me on Snapchat, I'm sure that there was stuff on there, but. Yeah, we chugged the whole thing. And so the first drink, though, everyone was booing me with the beer that I didn't chug. So I took it a little offensive, like that Jordan gif and I took that personally. So the first drink they passed, I took a big old drink, probably 30 seconds worth of chug or something, thinking it wasn't going to get back to me. So I was doing my part. I was going to be done. There's 16 of us there, so it goes all the way around. And as it gets to like 2 guys left, I see there's still going to be some left, and I'm going to have to polish it off, and I'm not happy about it at all. Sure enough, it comes back to me, and I had to go another like 20 seconds of drink. So, I was not feeling good.
I will say, Big T, tough guy to get a hold of in general. Golf outing weekend, very, very tough guy to get a hold of. I spoke with him yesterday. Probably mid-morning, maybe like, a little, I don't know, maybe late morning, I'd say. And he sounded like he was on his deathbed. Like he could barely get the words out of his mouth. He was struggling yesterday morning. Much more chipper this afternoon. So the
I
recovery
wouldn't say
process.
much more chipper. I still got no voice, and I'm still hurting. I haven't
You
felt
had
this
that.
bad since Titletown kicked my ass on the basketball court.
But what about, are you feeling worse than when you won the Millie the next day when you rolled out of bed at 3:30 for the
Yeah.
basketball show, still half asleep?
I am feeling worse than that.
Wow.
Somehow. That's because
So
this
that was
time
one
was
day. That was
this
a one
was
day
3
thing.
straight
This was
days
like
of drinking.
Yeah. But that one day seemed like 3 days.
not to brag, we're going to get to baseball. I know people that chat, talk baseball. We'll do whatever the hell we want. We'll get to baseball and we'll give you the winners. Don't worry about it.
Come on, Jomar. Talk baseball. Yeah. No, we're not talking. We might just go the whole show and not talk about it now, Jomar.
Yeah. Not to toot my own horn, I did also take down a golf championship this weekend. The wife's family reunion golf outing, the 98th annual event.
98th annual.
Now 98th
part.
Yep. Huh?
That's some time frame there.
Yeah. So it's my third time winning. It was nice to get back in the winner's circle. 4-person scramble in the middle of nowhere, Indiana. The golf course was literally, cornfield surrounded, piece of shit course. But we took it down, and it felt good. And like I had said on Twitter, I thought that was going to be the highlight of the weekend. It was obviously topped by the DFS PGA stuff.
I'd rather win the cup than win the freaking DFS.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've won like $3 million playing DFS this year, so yeah, of course you'd rather win the cup.
Like I'd rather kick Titletown's ass in this rematch than win anything. I'm coming, Title. Just looking at your face.
You better get back on the court.
Title's coming out to Denver. I want Title to take Big T down on his home court.
Is he coming to Denver
in 3 weeks? We're gonna get him out there. I think we're gonna have to get him out there.
If that's the invite, I mean, I will be down 100%. I would love to do that on his home court. Get grandma over, get everyone over. You can have more of a cheering section.
I'd like the high school, Big T's former high school basketball court. I want Title to beat his ass right there. That'd just be.
I could definitely get us in that gym's the funny part.
Let's do it.
This might have to happen.
You guys are peer pressuring me here. I still haven't played since that day with Title. I guarantee I'm going to be ready the next time.
Dust off that Peloton.
The Peloton doesn't do it. I got to be on the court.
Yeah, it is true. It is weird though. You can be in the best shape of your life. You haven't played basketball for a while. You get out there and you feel like you're gonna die.
And I'm in the damn Discord one night. Like I said, we're always in the Discord. It's like freaking midnight one night. I don't remember which Discord it was either. Like probably
MMA. It was after MMA cards.
Yeah, and this son of a bitch at like midnight, it's like hoop.
Not midnight.
He said, I gotta go hoop. I'm like, it's freaking midnight. What do you mean you gotta go hoop?
It was 9 o'clock. It was 9 o'clock. I will admit, yes, I am playing in some leagues. I've been active on the basketball court, so you better get going. I mean, I'm definitely playing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. When you're not active on the bench, you got to be active on the courts.
It's active both ways. I knew you.
You said your bench is active. You said your bench is active both ways.
Oh my gosh! Get out of here.
Oh, I thought that's what you said. You mean on the court and on the
yeah.
All right. RPS Heater 25s, 25% off your first payment on a monthly package over here at Run Pure Sports. That is still going. The members never win segment. I'm pretty sure we kind of just covered that. And Big T, myself, big weekends in PJ, along with a lot of other members. Like I said, the content was very spot on.
Some of those screenshots too, not to interrupt you, but it's hilarious because every time we post them, you get the same dudes. Like if I win with 150, you only win with 150. You win with 3, like I did this. You only win with 3. No one that plays $20 wins. Then all of a sudden I see 2 screenshots. One was 60 for $8,000. One was like 40 for 5,300 or okay. So now what, buddy? Like you just said that doesn't happen. These guys just posted 2 screenshots. 40. Yeah, it's freaking easier to win big if you enter 150, but it's also easier to lose big money too doing that. Anyone can win. Yeah, if you put 2 entries in for $10, the chances of winning 100K probably are significantly less. But you know that going in, and it's not impossible. We've had hundreds of people turn less than $100 into 4 figures, 5 figures, even 6 figures probably along the way. Just stop with it. Stop making excuses and pick freaking winners. That's what it comes
to. That's what it comes down to. I mean, us and our members have shipped in every imaginable way, like single entry, 3 max, 20 max, 150 max, $50,000 in entries, $10,000 in entries, $400 in entries, $4 in entries. Like, we've shipped every freaking way possible. People like to just hate, and that's what's going to happen. They hate, we print, and that'd be a good little motto on the show.
How do you live like that, though? Like, why do you always have to just be negative? Like, every single – could you imagine just no matter what someone posts in your head, you just want to make an excuse for it other than they work hard and they pick winners? Like, why can't it just be that person works hard and they're good at what they do?
There's always miserable people out there. They're always around Twitter. I mean, hey. You got to feel bad for them.
I love it.
That's how they live. Yeah, I like it too. I mean, you need haters to make this world go around.
What's the saying? They hate us because they ain't us, right?
No, I just say, I mean,
but isn't that the saying that people use? They hate us because I know that's not your saying.
That's like first grade, but yes, that is the saying. I got to get hoop back. That's a first. We got
the dad jokes, man. You got two.
He does have the corniest freaking jokes. He always says those dad jokes.
His kids are coming home from the school bus and pick them up, and they're saying that joke, and hoop brings it on here. No,
Hoop says it, and then they all laugh, and he loves it, and they all it's the dad joke.
Come here and get made fun of. Yeah, I will admit I'm not up to date on all the lingos and all that crap, but I did just get a good text. The wife's picking up Chick-fil-A for dinner, so that's a win. All right. So obviously a small 7-game slate. Pitching is pretty brutal. Most expensive guy on the slate is Tyler Meagle. Is that how you pronounce his name? Tyler McGill. 9.6, and it's an uncomfortable price tag to obviously pay for him, but he's been pitching pretty well and consistent lately, just in terms of fantasy points. I mean, last 5 starts, five starts, he hasn't been under 13. That's not crazy good, but I mean, 25, 18, 16, 20 mixed in there. I think it's justifiable to pay the 9.6. I mean, after him, it gets nasty in a hurry. DeSclafani 9.3, Eric Lauer at 9K. The issue I have with Lauer, the pitches, man. He only pitched 55 pitches last time out. That's scary, especially a guy at 9K. Andrew Heaney, some good, some bad this year. But the shift to Yankee Stadium kind of scares the crap out of me. I think he's a better play on FanDuel, where he's much cheaper. This Josiah Gray kid has been pretty solid lately. He's 7.6, only 2 starts, but they've both been pretty solid. 7 strikeouts and 6 strikeouts. I think he's a guy to consider. But overall, this is going to be a slate where I'm going to be focused on offense, and there's a lot of offenses for us to target. McGill's probably my favorite here at 9.6. Then after him, a lot of question marks. So let me go to you first, Title. Kind of talk to me here about this pitcher position.
Yeah, it's definitely not great. Tyler McGill. Oh, I see K Fallon coming in. I don't know what he has to say, but yeah, Tyler McGill, 9.6K. What's up, Fallon?
I'm here to talk some Big Brother, because Jomar was not wanting us to move forward yet. So, Big T, what do you think of Alyssa? I was talking to somebody about Alyssa earlier.
Oh, that was the end of the question? You just
what do you think of Alyssa?
That was like a Bobby Gomes thing where you were like talking, and I thought you were going to keep going, and then you just stopped.
What do you think of Alyssa?
So I'm going to be honest. Like, I've watched all the episodes, but I'm not fully dialed in. Which one's Alyssa? She's not the karate chick, is she?
She's with the Christian Christian guy.
I like her game. I think she's doing good. Yeah, I like him too.
Can we get Jomar on here to talk Big Brother with us by chance?
I hope Alyssa hangs around for a little while, because there's not many options in the house. That's all we got. That's all we got to work with right there.
He was looking good in that competition with that little bikini on. That was I was on board for that. Does Title watch Big Brother?
No, I have no clue what you guys are saying.
Not.
Come on, Title.
Hey, you're not watching my shows that I like.
How do you know I'm not?
Because we talked about it.
What Blacklist? Oh, you watch freaking like network TV. What do the parents not get cable?
No, Prison Break, The Blacklist.
Prison Break, that was like from 20 years ago.
Blacklist is my show that I watch when I'm sick in bed and about to die, because I can just continue watching through it constantly.
Oh, it's good. So
you
like
can watch
3
the
years
same
behind
episode
right now.
over and over because every
No.
episode's the exact same.
Stop it. You guys can keep going with Big Brother. I have no clue what that is, though.
Alec has missed us, though. He sent
I
me
know,
a
I have
tweet
missed
earlier.
y'all.
He said he misses doing shows with us. He came right on today. So that
I just had to make sure that Jomar got his Big Brother talk in. I didn't want him to miss out on our,
If he's the one
on
that was
our Big
pissed that
Brother
we haven't been talking
conversation.
baseball.
Yeah, I think that was him.
Yeah.
we need Alec on here anyways because just like I said, I've been out of the loop for 4 days drinking and having fun golfing, and there's been a shitload of trades. So like a lot of these guys are on new teams, and I'm just seeing it right now. Like I swear I thought Andrew Haney, I was looking for him on the damn Angels. He doesn't even pitch for him anymore.
Yeah.
There's
a lot.
I like your chances tonight. I don't even know who's playing for what team.
Yeah, can you guys can you guys hop off? Let me and Big T just go one-on-one through the rest of this show so I can win some golf championships.
Is it just
pitchers
YouTube?
on the wrong team?
Is it just YouTube
there's-
heads up? Or
So
there's more?
tonight I got a 2-man, a 3-man, and a 4-man, and I think Hoops in the 3-man and the 4-man.
Yeah.
Empire's in 3 of them too, and then one random poor souls in the 4-man with me, Hoop, and Empire.
Wait.
He's
So we
definitely
got
shipping.
JSU in the chat right now saying who watches Big Brother after this man doesn't eat a fucking piece of pizza.
Yeah, I mean JSU might be the best tournament player I've ever seen, and just the absolute woe at everything else in life. Like just so bad at TV takes, food takes, friggin' workbench takes. Come on, JSU. Title has better takes than you, JSU. Mangone probably watches better shows than you.
The chat
Breaking
likes
Bad.
my shows. Breaking
Breaking
Bad.
Bad.
Prison
Break.
The Sopranos title's like, I
And
love
The
The
Blacklist.
Sopranos. It's a pretty good show. Like
What's
it's
that?
freaking 20 years ago.
What's the
It's funny you
Sopranos?
say that about Sopranos because the wife and I were
is.
just talking about starting Sopranos because I never watched it.
Yeah, Sopranos is amazing.
I've never watched it either.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
Breaking Bad is the best. Like you said, Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad's the best show there ever was. Like it's not
Prison
even-
Break, my Avatar, and then The Blacklist is amazing.
Your avatar? What's your avatar?
On Discord, it's Sucre and Schofield sitting on the bench in Prison Break, season 1 in the prison. before they
Season
break
1
out.
was good of Prison Break. The new season
It got worse.
was so terrible.
I agree. It did get worse.
You know what? I've
do
been
yourself
rewatching.
a favor and just watch through 24 this summer. You'll appreciate it a
Yeah,
lot
that
if you
was
like
my
those
that was,
shows.
that's way up there. Here's another
Yeah.
hidden gem. 24 is really good. I love 24. Here's another hidden gem. I don't know if you guys have watched this, but do you guys ever watch Nip Tuck?
I've not.
Anyone? Really good show. It was on FX, maybe. I mean, it's an older one, but very, very solid, and a lot of workbench sessions. It's a good one.
Show anything. It's network TV again. Like they don't
I'm
show no
telling you,
boob.
no,
I like
I
to
mean-
see Nip. You got to see Nip.
Yeah, this is a good one.
There was
I'm
no
telling you.
Nip in Nip Tuck.
Did you watch it?
I mean, I've seen some of them. I know the chick
Yeah,
is
you're
in
not-
the
you
news.
don't know
The
what
chick
it's all
from Nick
about.
Tuck just got pounded in Power the other night, the new season of Power. So if you actually want to see what happened in Nip Tuck, you got to watch Power and you'll see what happened.
Now let's talk some.
You know what show I've been rewatching?
What?
Dexter. I see people in chat talking about. I know you.
Sir,
are.
Dexter, because the new season's coming out, and I forgot
When's
how
it come
good
out?
it comes out later this year. I don't know when.
I love Dexter is a really good show. That's
The
a
only thing that was
solid-
bad was the ending. The ending sucked, but now
The
they're
ending
going,
was terrible. That was a terrible. I mean, a lot of these shows do it. The endings, even Breaking Bad, the ending was brutal. I mean, it just. I guess maybe there's no good.
Breaking
Yeah.
Bad wasn't a bad ending. You
That was
didn't
a
like
terrible ending. That was
I
terrible.
didn't love it, but it was okay.
I guess maybe there's no good way to just like end a show. I don't know, but
Yeah.
Sopranos had a good ending.
well, maybe I'll let you know here. It'd probably take me about a year to get through Sopranos at the rate the wife and I watch shows. So
I watched Yellowstone too. I watch all the shows. Who told me
Did
to
you
watch
watch it yet?
Yellowstone? Of course, I watched the whole thing.
Great
I
show.
watch shows. I get shit done.
Yellowstone's great, right?
I liked it. Yeah, I mean the reason I think everyone liked it, the first 2 seasons were super slow, but the 3rd season it ended really good. So I can see why everyone they leave you with a cliffhanger. So I see why everyone is into it. I liked it.
Yeah, it's real solid. The challenge is starting back up. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good shows out there.
Alec loves the challenge too.
Oh, it's back up again?
Yeah.
Well, they got the trailers out. I don't know when it officially
Okay.
starts, but
Gotcha.
but it sounds like a lot
Title
of
doesn't watch that either, do you? Title, you got to watch the new season of the challenge. That's
I don't really. All right. I don't watch a lot of shows. If that's the one to do it, then that'll be it. I only a couple of them. That's why they're my favorites. But all right. Ozark, I watched the first 8 episodes and I literally couldn't keep going past season 1. I heard once you get to season 2 and season 3, it's insane.
What? That might be like slow. One of the worst TV show takes. Like
Simon, get title off here.
I know. That's a contrarian
you said
take.
You started Ozark and stopped?
The first couple episodes, I couldn't get through it. I know I heard it gets good. I just literally could not keep going. And then the Blacklist new season came out, and that's my favorite show.
Blacklist? Oh, you're killing me with this Blacklist.
No, it's one of the best shows, Big T. You need to.
If I recall, like didn't Ozark start out like there's a lot of shit going on right from the beginning, right?
No, first, no, they were boring.
I can't even think straight because title's killing me with this Blacklist. You can't have network TV as your favorite show.
These are some bad takes, man.
I'm telling you,
a show with no boobs, no sex, no anything can't be the best show.
I heard Ozark's really, really good, season 2 and season 3, but the first I couldn't get through. I couldn't keep going, and then the Blacklist came out, and you guys better watch it.
Have you seen my staple show, at least Eastbound and Down?
I don't really watch shows like
that.
Don't
say no. If you say no, come on.
I don't really watch shows.
I haven't watched that one either.
Yeah, you're alone on that one.
Yeah.
None of you 3 have watched it?
I guess I'm putting it on the top of my list now.
I guess I got to get through Ozark because everyone
at least hey, everybody that's watching this show, at least you're learning about TV shows.
None of you 3 have ever watched these.
Maybe we'll get to baseball soon.
I believe Nick Longrod, Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is good. I've watched that one. That's solid. I think I haven't watched the most recent episodes, but that's a good one. Yeah, there's some solid shows out there. All right, Title, talk to us about pitchers. What do you like in here?
Yeah, so pitcher definitely isn't very deep. My favorite is Tyler McGill at 9.6K. He gets, pitching in Miami. They lost Starling Marte, so that's a big downgrade of the offense. The Marlins just aren't good, so I like picking on him. Tyler McGill's been the best pitcher on this slate this year. He's only made 7 starts, but 27% strikeout rate. He has good stuff. He looks good. So at 9.6K against a bad lineup, Pitchers Park, he's going to be my SP1. And then I see Big T shaking his head.
I'm just rattled that none of you 3 have watched Eastbound and Down. It's got me. The chat's rattled. I'm rattled. I've never been so hurt in my life.
That's how I feel about Blacklist. Anyway, I'll keep going on. I'm gonna die on that hill. I know I am. Hurtful Big T. All right. Anyway, SP2. Well, Andrew Heaney is going to be the chalk SP2 for sure at 8.6K. He has the most win equity on the slate. The Yankees are the top stack, but there's a lot of downside to Andrew Heaney. He has his highest strikeout prop. He's a strikeout pitcher, but he also allows a lot of fly balls to righties. This Orioles lineup has power, Mancini, Santander, Mountcastle, Mullins, Hayes. Like, I like the top of the order. If he's going to be the highest owned pitcher, which I think he will be, in Yankee Stadium, cash games, I'm going to probably play him, but in tournaments, I'm going to be under on him, and I'm going to have more Orioles and get the leverage that way. I just think there's a lot of things that can go wrong for Heaney today. I'd like going all the way down to Jesus Luzardo at 6.9K. The same game as Tyler McGill. People always are hesitant to pair the 2 pitchers in the same game. But again, good ballpark for pitching. Luzardo, he was just a part of the trade as well. I'm not sure how many innings. I don't know if he has like 7 inning upside. Phallic, if you know that answer, you can chime in. But
I'm working on that right now to see what he's pitched in the minors this year.
Yeah,
Chad is rallying behind me, and it feels good because the chat knows all 3 of you are donkeys.
I got no words to tell you.
Like 550 people watching. Of course, there's going to be some people that have your back on your donkey ass TV show.
Yeah, like Chad is, I just pulled it up. Wow, I couldn't keep up with it. People say I got to finish Ozark. I understand.
No, that's like
all the other takes are off the table. You got to watch Eastbound and Down before anything else. Just season 1. You can watch it tonight.
I'm not a huge, I haven't watched a lot of these shows, but the Ozark take was by far the worst part of that conversation we just had.
No, I had people backing me up saying they couldn't get through the first season, first couple.
Who?
Yeah.
In YouTube chat, I saw
titles Gmail burner accounts.
Yeah.
That's the
Anyway, Jesus Luzardo, 6.9K. In the same game, Pitchers Park, against this Mets team that has a lot of lefties in the lineup, a lot of their good bats. You got to work through Pete Alonso and Javi Baez, but there's strikeouts between those two as well. So yeah, you could give up a solo bomb or two, but 6.9K, that gets you a lot of expensive bats that we do want to play on this slate. So those are my favorite three. You can add in a Dane Dunning at 6.3K, but his pitch count definitely is limited. My favorite three are going to be McGill and Luzardo are my favorite two pairings in tournaments. And then Heaney, he's the big thing what to do with them. Cash games, I'll probably play him. He's going to be chalk. He has a strikeout upside, win equity, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him hit around by this Orioles team today.
Yeah, I think Heaney's the interesting one on the slate because I know he'll be owned. And I mean, honestly, I'm probably still going to play him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got rocked here. I mean, this is not a good ballpark for a guy like him that gives up, a lot of line drives and fly balls. Big T, thoughts here at pitcher?
Yeah, I like pitcher, and I don't really understand. So, what was Luzardo not going to pitch or something earlier?
Yeah, they're doing this trade. It's all trade deadline stuff. People are trying to figure out who pitches in these spots.
I mean,
we're dealing with it in Pittsburgh. We got Bryce Wilson starting for the first time since being traded from the Braves. We have Rodriguez, who's now starting for the Angels. Luzardo starting for Miami, and then you have Gray starting for Washington. Ranger Suarez is starting for Philly. It's just a lot of filling out the last pieces of the puzzle post trade deadline. You're at what is this, SP4 or SP5 of the post deadline? So you're hitting that point where you got to figure out who you're starting in these last games. Luzardo pitched. He's pitched in the last four starts for Oakland minor league team. He's pitched 4.2, 4.2, 6, and 5. So I don't know how many pitches, obviously. I don't see where I can find that, but he's stretched out at least to that many innings.
I think he's clearly the best play on the slate. As long as he starts, I don't even think it's close. He's 6,900. He should be the same price as that other top range.
They already said 86 pitches last start in AAA.
Yeah. I don't even think it's close. I think by far the best play of the slate is Luzardo. Great park, good matchup versus all the lefties. Strikeout stuff, I've always loved him. And his price is just wrong. He should be the same price as these other top guys who all look overpriced. I mean, freaking $9K for Eric Lauer? Are you fucking kidding me? No, I mean,
gross.
Yeah, he's the same exact play as Luzardo for $2,100 more. Luzardo is such a good play. I mean, you got all these guys. Disco Feeney, 9,300, which is fine. I mean, versus Arizona is good, but I mean, 9,300. 86 for Haney, 96 for McGill, which don't get me wrong, it's the slate. The slate's dependent. So you're still going to play these guys at these prices. But the only guy that the price sticks out, well, actually Josiah Gray looks like a good price too to me at 7,600. But yeah, Luzardo is clearly my number one. And then McGill would be number two. I'm probably not going to – I don't play lefties against Baltimore either. So not only is it a tough spot – this is his first start, right? For the Yankees?
Yeah.
That too, at home. Andy's going to be super high owned. I think I'm with you guys on kind of ignoring Haney a little bit, playing these other guys. Dane Dunning, for whatever reason, is always super cheap, 6,300. He's another guy that the price feels too cheap maybe. I'm just kind of looking in the cheaper range too, Bryce Wilson, I don't think I can play that guy.
He's not going to get the innings. He's not there yet.
One
I think
guy
you almost can automatically cross off four guys off the sheet, which is Bryce Wilson. You can cross off Chris Rodriguez. You can cross off Ranger Suarez, and you can cross off who did I miss? Somebody. That may be it, actually. Those three are auto cross-offs because they're not going to get many innings at all, I don't think.
Come on, Chad. Stop. Disco. I call him Disco Stew. I know what his freaking name is. Disco Feeney. I know what his damn name is. Keep up, chat.
Chat trying to get a hold of Big
I make fun of myself, first of all. When I don't know a name, I say, I don't know how to say his name. I make fun of that shit. I know how to say Disco. Don't worry about it.
All right. Anything else here at pitcher, Big T?
No, I mean, even some of these cheaper – well, that's what I was going to say. So Michael Wacha is another guy that looks expensive, but he's been pretty good, and he gets Seattle in this ballpark where if all the pitchers are too expensive today, you just kind of throw them all in that same bucket. And I think Waka's interesting at 8,400. It looks expensive. Park's good, matchup's good, and he's been better than people realize.
I think both sides. I think both sides of that pitching is interesting. You get the hard Park, plus you got Austin Meadows is out of the lineup for Tampa Bay today, which is like the number one guy you're worried about for a guy like Chris Flexen. So I think you can get some interesting plays from this Tampa Bay Seattle on the pitching side. Could be good plays in the end. Like I've been impressed with both. Like Waka has had a really tough run of opponents, but he still has his K upside is there right now. Like he's got Ks. It's just whether he can limit the home runs is number one, and then whether the idiotic coach is going to let him, the manager is going to let him actually pitch 5 innings, or if they're going to pull him at 3 or whatever. If you get both of those two things, less home runs, and doesn't get pulled early for just a stupid reason, I think Waka is definitely in play on this slate.
I'd be real careful throwing pitchers against Tampa the rest of the year.
I'm saying is that you got Meadows out now.
Look at the lineup, though. That lineup is
good.
It's the same. It's the exact same as we used to semi-attack it, except we got Nelly Cruz in there instead of Meadows.
Look at the bottom of it. You got A-Roz, Margot, Kiermaier, Zunino, 6, 7, 8, 9. We weren't attacking that.
Okay. All right. That's
you
fair.
think we were? We had some scrubs down there.
I really wish Meadows. I see what K. Felix saying though. I mean, Meadows out is a downgrade, but I mean, still.
Who's the soft spot? Who do you guys hate in the lineup?
It's just it's pockets of these righties. Yandy Diaz going righty is a tough matchup for him. Margot, I know you love Margot. I do not love Margot personally, especially righty matchups are not my spot where I play Margot. Zunino has K upside at least. Like he gets struck out quite a bit. So there's that as well. I'm not saying that Flexen's a guy I'm going to be playing. I'm probably not going to go there. But he's definitely viable with how he's been playing lately. You remove the Houston game, this last start, he's hit 15 plus points, which I think is a win on this slate in 5 of 7 matchups. The manager for Seattle lets their pitchers pitch. So there's that piece as well. So
I just saw your picture here on the bottom, your profile picture for Rum Pure Sports. And it literally looks like you did like 50 straight bench presses of 300 pounds and then took that picture.
It does look
doesn't it?
I don't know where he grabbed that. I must have sent that picture like an idiot, but I look like
it looks like you just did 50 straight bench presses of 225 pounds. Then stood for.
I'm just gonna stand like this the rest of the night.
Anything else, K. Fallick, at the pitcher position before we get into the game by game breakdown?
I want to look further into Josiah Gray. That's the one player I haven't looked into very much yet. But this, I have little respect for this Philadelphia lineup currently. Missing some key pieces there as well. Have a nice. The forecast is not as hot as you're used to for these type of games in Washington, so maybe he outperforms. I just wish guys like I don't know who the hell Ranger Suarez is, but he'd be an auto lock if he could get 4 innings. I feel like he's such a good play if he could get 4 innings tonight, but I don't think he will. The obvious answer is still Ty Lore, and Luzardo is not a bad play either. Luzardo was good for bits and pieces, and this is Miami grabbing him. Miami's pitching staff is so young and strong right now. If Fernandez didn't unfortunately pass away, think how good that starting pitching crew would be in 3 or 4 years with them. So I the one guy I'm scared of is Tony's Disco Stew. Very nervous.
Don't say it like that. The chat will get all over you.
Yeah. I said it in chat, but in the Discord, but
why is that Tony anyways? I don't want him.
Yeah, the lefty, he's terrible versus lefties. He's been okay at least this year, but usually in the past he's been terrible. And Arizona does have lefties, and while people may say that they're not that great, they at least get contact, and they have the potential with Marte back. If they could find a way to get Asdrubal in the lineup as well with all these lefties, I feel like it's a place that I'd want to avoid. No matter who the lineup is, it's just like throwing out a guy, all the lefties against him, and he's going to struggle. So that's the guy I'm most worried about in that upper tier.
All right. We've been going for about 50 minutes. We finally got through the pitchers. But the likes, you guys have done a good job. We got about 600 people watching. I haven't said hit the like button yet. We got about 230 likes. So, let's continue that momentum. Good mojo on a Monday if we get a good ratio here. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and, things will go well. We'll get to the plays of the day at the end. Do we ever settle on an official name for K-Falix play?
I mean, it needs to be
the charts. I mean, the charts. Are we still going charts, or has it changed?
No, it's got to change to like the freaking K-Falix yoked play of the day for how freaking yoked he is in that picture.
K-Falix, where's the weight room play of the day? All right,
I'm not on shows enough to have a play of the day. I don't get invited.
I was with charts for a while, but I think we got to switch it up here today.
I got one more pitching take though, because the chat's freaking out about Luzardo being 8,700 on FanDuel. He's the best pitcher play of the slate. I said that. I like him even more on FanDuel. Everyone's going to freaking peel. I guarantee Title's got his drawers off looking at McGill at 8,500 because he's more – everyone's like, oh, he's this on DK and he's this on FanDuel. Everyone's going to play these guys on FanDuel.
Heaney will be the most chalky, I think, on FanDuel, actually, because his K-prop and his win equity.
Yeah, that's my point, though. Haney and McGill, some of these guys are cheaper than Luzardo. I still like Luzardo. I think Luzardo is clearly my favorite. He's still 8,700. Like, you can play anyone on FanDuel. When you get guys under 10K on FanDuel, it's so easy to fit. The only time it's a challenge is like 11 and 12K when they get up there. I mean, you can play anyone with these prices tonight on FanDuel because they didn't price up like DK. All the prices we talked about where I'm like, this guy's expensive, this guy, they're not expensive on FanDuel. So all that goes out the window. I like Luzardo, though, for sure.
At least Luis Rojas benched Conforto finally today, so you don't get those free strikeouts, though. So I will say that does not help Luzardo tonight.
The big thing for FanDuel is he needs a 6 inning. The quality start's always big on FanDuel, getting that 6 innings. So, but the 86 pitches last start is, I mean, it is a good sign. So he'll be low owned for sure. McGill and Heaney will get all the ownership. They'll be way less on FanDuel. So
Luzardo's going to crush. He's going to freaking crush.
Well, Hoop, one of his pitchers today in the qualifier.
I'm taking notes as we go along. I got to get the advantage where I can get it. So let's get into some offenses. First game on the slate here, we got the Orioles, we have the Yankees. Total of 10. Not only tonight but moving forward, the Yankees offense will be one of the more popular offenses night in and night out with their new additions at the trade deadline. Anthony Rizzo, Joey Gallo, they're finally here at home where these lefties should definitely be taking advantage of the short porch and right field. Going to be a very popular team tonight, rightfully so, with this matchup with Lopez. There's a lot of different ways you can go through and stack this team. I mean, almost everyone in this lineup, I think, is in play. Probably wouldn't play Brett Gardner, but everyone else in the conversation. I already said it. I kind of like the Orioles as a leverage stack here today. Heaney's going to be very popular at the pitcher position. Yes, I think he's a fine play at pitcher position, but I would not be shocked if the Orioles got to him. I mean, his biggest weakness is giving up the line drive, fly balls. This is not the stadium where you want to do that in. So, if I'm building a bunch of teams, the Orioles are one that I'm going to be looking to attack. Let's start with the new guest, K-Falix. Thoughts here on the Orioles and Yankees game?
Yeah, I just can't wait for the Yankees to miss the playoffs after making all these trades. So let me start there. This is a great spot for them. Jorge Lopez is bad versus lefties. He's bad versus righties. Hard hit contact is massive. It's just a question of whether you want to eat that chalk. I don't believe that there are as many great plays for the Yankees. Like people are going like the question is, do you want to play a guy like Gleyber Torres, who hasn't proven anything at that price this year, or DJ LeMahieu? I think is a very, and I know Gary said it, but he's an easy fade right now with his current DFS performances that he's providing. So I think you can get that middle of that order a little bit. Gary Sanchez, maybe low owned, solely because he's hitting 7th. But it's just a question of whether you're wanting to eat that chalk tonight. But they're absolutely in a great spot. I'm not going to play Baltimore solely because I think that I respect the Yankees bullpen too much. Is the thing. So even if Heaney does poorly, then that doesn't mean that Baltimore is going to smash necessarily, because Jorge Lopez in the Baltimore bullpen is 10 times worse than Heaney and the Yankees bullpen. So you're still playing potentially a close matchup, a close game, and you're dependent on the Yankees bullpen struggling versus this Baltimore offense, and they have enough depth in the bullpen that they shouldn't struggle too much. So Yankees are the obvious play of the day today. It's a very simple way of looking at it is they're playing against the worst baseball team in the league right now. So, or one of the 2 worst baseball teams in the league. So Yankees are an easy play. It's just whether you want to play them today or not. But Baltimore, I'm not playing.
Yeah. I mean, the ownership on the Yankees is going to be very high, but it's a very tough spot to avoid with all the upside that is in the lineup, top to bottom. Big T, what are you doing here? Baltimore, New York game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I want to play Heaney, but I also don't think I want to play Baltimore on this slate. There's a bunch of offenses that I would consider more explosive than them. Obviously, I mean, I'm not breaking ground on any information saying that, but I don't love the spot outside of a few guys. I mean, Austin Hayes I always like, but I like him on slates where I have aces to play. There's not really that tonight. I love Mountcastle, Mancini. I mean, I like these guys. I just don't think it's the right slate for them, where these slates where we can play the huge pitching arms and have that massive upside. I like playing the cheap bats. Tonight, I can find some cheaper arms and kind of go up at the bat, and that will get me off Baltimore more than likely, unless I find some path to go a different direction. The Yankees are tough because Jorge Lopez has owned me all year. I feel like every time I stack against him, he throws at least decent. That doesn't get totally slapped around. But, man, kind of like K. Fallick said, this lineup, the Yankees are going to make the playoffs too. So sorry to disappoint you guys. But this lineup is nasty. I mean, it's not even fair, first of all, to just be able to add Rizzo and Gallo, throw them in the middle of Judge and Stanton, and like that. That's just so much power. And yeah, they haven't been great, but all of a sudden they got Gleyber in the 8-hole, Gary in the 7. I mean, this lineup, they can go lefty, righty, all the way down now. I don't know. And on this slate, it's going to be hard for them not to score runs and put people. I know they're going to be the most popular. I know they're going to be super chalky. We talk about this all the time in baseball, how much to get in on these chalky teams, especially on a 7-game slate. But as we go game by game, it's really hard to make a case for any of these teams over the Yankees, which makes it an interesting slate, especially for like me and Hoop in these shorter contests where it's okay to be more chalky and maybe only have 1 or 2 guys different almost. But in the big tournaments, they're going to be very popular. I just don't know if we can beat it. I think they're going to score a bunch of runs. I don't know if we can get that many runs from other spots. But that does open up stuff like always in baseball as well, where you can take a chance just fading because it's baseball. Anything can happen in baseball. They could get slowed down, and a team like Tampa or something could score a ton of runs, obviously. So for me, I like them. I definitely, if I play them, I don't think it'll be a lineup where I go to the bottom. I know a lot of times Hoop and I have talked about this. Go to the bottom, get different. This is a weird case where I think I would play it 1 through 5, or at least maybe you throw Gary in there too. And 4 or 5 big bats is what I'm saying. I don't really want to play Glaber in the 8. I don't want to play Gardner. I don't really want to play Odor all that much. So I think it's the rare case where I might just play the good Yankees guys and get really different in my other spots, if that makes any sense.
All right. Title. I'm sure you kind of agree with everything that's been said, but anything else to add here to the conversation about Baltimore and New York?
Yeah, I mean, the Yankees definitely going to be the highest. So I'm pretty much everything they said. I do agree with Big T, though. This is the lineup. I'm playing 2 through 5 for sure. If I'm playing the Yankees, Rizzo, Judge, Stanton, Gallo. I mean, they just righty lefty everywhere, all the power in the lineup. I'm not going to play like a Glaber Torres or a Brett Gardner and get different if I'm going to play the Yankees. I don't think that's smart to do. And why it's so hard to avoid why they're going to be so popular. Like Stanton's 4.1K. Rizzo's 4.7K, Judge is 4.8. These guys all should be 5.8, 5.9. So they're just way underpriced. But for the Orioles, I am going to have some of the Orioles. And it just makes all the sense to me with the leverage of Chalk Haney. They're going to be lower owned. They get guaranteed 9th inning at bat, good hitters park. And I do like some of these guys. Another lineup, I'm going to play the top of the order. Austin Hayes is only 2.6K. Santander is only 2K. Mountcastle 3.6. Trey Mancini is the only one that's expensive at 5.2. But if I'm stacking the Orioles, I'm going to add him part of the stack. I like this Orioles team. I think you can mix them up and pair them and the Yankees together, get a little game stack. And so Yankees for sure. Orioles are going to be low owned. I like the leverage.
All right, let's keep it moving. Go to the next game here. We have the Phillies. We have the Nationals, 8.5 total in this game. Team total for the Phillies around 4.5. Team total for the Nationals right around 4. Game that shouldn't be all that popular. We kind of said that we have interest in Gray at pitcher. I've kind of been riding the Phillies offense. I'm going to side with Gray today. And then on the National side, obviously they've made some moves. Their lineup looks pretty weak, but does offer some value plays. We got Victor Robles at 2.2K. Adrian Sanchez, second base eligible on DK, 2K as well. Yadiel Hernandez, 2K, batting 5th. So a lot of cheap guys here on the National side. Overall, though, not a game that I'm going to be looking to attack in any significant way. Title, anything stand out to you here in this Phillies Nationals game?
No, I'm with you. It's definitely not a game that I want too much of. I mean, like you said, if you're going to do anything, one-offing these Nationals cheap guys, the Robles, Hernandez, Sanchez, Keyboom, you get second base, third base for some of them. So if you want to stack the Yankees, get Mancini, some expensive bats, I'm fine full punting with one of these guys. Other than that, I'm not going to play any of these guys. Bryce Harper I think he's an elite one-off at 6K. No one's really going to pay all the way up for him. They're just going to go for the Yankees. Bryce Harper always has double dong upside. I like the matchup in the 3 holes. So he'd be the one-off that's going to be low owned.
Big T, any interest here in Philly and the Nationals?
No, I kind of like these. I like these 2 pitchers a little bit where we got Ranger Suarez isn't going to go deep, but I at least like his stuff enough. This Washington lineup sucks. I mean, outside of Soto, obviously, I don't like anyone else in this lineup. The prices, again, if it was a slate where I wanted to pay up for some stud pitchers, I would like a team like Washington because you got some guys that are 2K and super cheap, and you can put Soto and Bell with them. But I don't think you need these cheaper guys on this slate. We got some bigger bats that you can get in there and play a little bit cheaper pitchers that I like that get you a different construction. I mean, you can play Philly guys, but I like Josiah Gray. I think he's got pretty good stuff. In this Philly lineup, outside of Harper, I mean, Jankowski's always sucked in the 1. He's got some speed. I like Brad Miller against righties always. But, again, he falls in that bucket of guys I'd rather play on different slates. So, for me, I'm off of this game, definitely.
Hey, Fallick, any final thoughts here on this game?
No, I'm not playing any of the bats in here.
Very good. All right, next game we have Seattle.
We got Uncle T in the house.
What's up, boys?
What's up, Uncle T?
How you guys doing?
Uncle T, what's going on?
I had to come on and see my man K Fallick. It's been a while since I've been with him, and wanted to come on and say hello and talk a little baseball the rest of the show.
It's good to see you.
I heard you're on your Rays. I heard. Talk to me about this Tampa Bay team.
Yeah, if that's the next game we're on, it's perfect. Yeah, I I really like the Rays tonight. I did the baseball pod with DC last night and just sizing it up last night and even overnight into tonight. I'm not a Chris flexing guy, and I realize that they're missing a couple bats with Meadows and Franco out of there, but I still think this lineup is still pretty balanced. I like it maybe a little more than K Fallick does. Yeah, really like this lineup. Brandon Lau, or Low, as we say, he's 5.7 up top, which feels pretty expensive, but the guy's been crushing. And, G-Man Choi, really like him quite a bit tonight. They move A-Roz down to the 6 hole, which, I don't like as much, but another guy that's been crushing will give him some pop down at, towards the middle of the lineup. And again, if you need a punt, you got Kiermaier down there in the 8 hole. Again, he's not great, but nice filler piece. And then Zunino down there in the 9 spot, which I don't like, but he's got some power. So yeah, I like everything about the Rays tonight, and it could be a little less ownership with people on the Yankees.
And I'm looking, the more I look at this, I'm sorry to go backwards, but I think Ranger Suarez is more in play. I'm reading articles and stuff that he's officially moved into the starting rotation. Ian Kennedy's the new closer. They're in the playoff race, so maybe he's in play more than I thought he was originally. If you said he could go 3 innings, 50 pitches, 4 innings, 50 pitches, would you play him in a slate like this if you could get 10 to 12 points from him?
I still probably wouldn't personally, but Big T is the one to ask more about that.
I definitely would. Yeah, I think he can easily get us like 15 fantasy points for 4,600.
I would take 15, 10 on.
I think that's like his ceiling, though. I don't think he gets more. I think he probably gets like 10 or something. But I think
he's a strikeout pitcher, and that's the thing about him is he's going from a closer to being a starting pitcher, which is always interesting to me. The pitch count is
literally the worst possible lineup. Like it's literally awful.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. I'm sorry to jump in there, but we can talk about Seattle to have more.
Let's see. Let's go down the list here. Tony, any interest in the Rays or Mariners?
I was getting a refill. I didn't even see Uncle T on here. We got all the winners coming in today.
The mustache ride of the play today. I mean, mustache ride play of the day. I mean, it's a glorious day.
Yeah.
Joey Works says 3 innings before to cut you off. I don't know where he said that. I trust Joey. I don't know. That's going to be, I mean,
he's not going to go deep for sure. Like no matter what, he's not getting 5. So whether it's 2, 3, 4, like in that range, like he's not going to get you 5 innings. He's not going to get the win. He's not going to get the quality start. But that being said, he could easily pay off in even 2 innings where he strikes out 4 or 5 guys. The thing you got to understand is he's 4,600 on a slate where there's not upside anywhere at pitcher, in my opinion. So if he gets you double digits and no one gets more than like 23 fantasy points at pitcher, and you can fit all these huge bats in there, I think you're in good shape. So you just have to know what you're doing. Don't get tilted when he gets pulled after 3 innings. That's what's going to happen. He's not going to go deep, but I think we can. I mean, look at this lineup. This lineup is so terrible. It's just as bad as it gets. He could strike out 8 guys in 3 innings. I wouldn't be totally shocked. I mean, he could totally crush. But that being said, he's got a super low floor too, because if he gives up a couple hits and doesn't strike out guys, he's obviously not going to score. So it is what it is. That's why I love tournaments in baseball. If you're wrong, you just move on to the next day and kind of adjust. So yeah, back to Tampa though. Like I said, I love Tampa's lineup. I hate the park. I feel like they never quite go off in the park. I wish this game was – well, I don't wish it was in Seattle because I hate that park too, but I wish it was in a good park and I would love the offense. Yeah, I like them though, and it's a 7-game slate where I don't like probably over half of the teams at all. So I'm going to have some interest in Tampa, and it's a lineup where I definitely like the bottom of the lineup. Kiermaier, Zunino, A-Roz. I almost like the top of the lineup more than the middle of the lineup. So top and bottom for me, perfect wraparound stack with Tampa. I love Kiermaier and Zunino in the 8-9 hole. Obviously, I'm always going to like Nelly Cruz, Brandon Lau in the 1 hole. I'm good with Tampa for sure. Seattle, definitely not playing Seattle. They're one of the easier teams to not even look at for me.
Title thoughts here on Seattle and Tampa Bay?
Yeah, definitely not playing Seattle. I don't mind Tampa Bay. I've only run 1 lineup pretty much in MLB, so I'm not really going to get there, but they're going to be a lot lower owned than the Yankees are. even we're going to get to the Giants and Brewers that are pretty good spots. I think they're going to be higher owned than the Rays too, with the park and stuff. So I totally get it. I don't think flexing's any good. Not much strikeout stuff. So if you're going to do it, you full stack them. You Cruz, G-Man Choi, Low or Lau. Yeah, even Kiermaier or Margot. I agree. I would avoid the Yandy Diaz and Joey Wendell. I mean, first base and third base, there's good options there. So those are the two I would avoid. Everyone else I think's in play, but I'm not going to get there personally.
All right, let's move on to two games. Not super appealing from an offensive standpoint. The first one, we have the Mets, we have the Marlins. Low total, 7.5. We're all kind of on the same page, liking McGill and Luzardo. Low total, like I said, 7.5. The team total for the Mets, like right around 4. Team total for the Marlins, about 3.5. Title, any interest in Mets or Marlins bats?
No, I'll have none. I like
Big
the
T.
pitchers.
Yeah, I mean, these are maybe my two favorite pitchers. Well, not maybe. They are my two favorite pitchers on the slate. So definitely not playing hitters against my two favorite pitchers in the best pitching park in baseball on top of it.
Uncle T?
Yeah, I'm on the same page. I like the pitchers. I will say that if you were in the camp of not liking either one, Jazz Chisholm on Miami, if he's back in there, 3.2K. Again, I'm not on him, but I'm just saying if you are on the other side, 3.2K for Jazz Chisholm if he's back in the lineup tonight, which he should be. And then on the other side, James McCann hits lefties pretty well, 3.3K at catcher if you wanted to go there. But I'm not doing it, but those are two nice one-offs if you wanted to go the other direction.
K-Fallic, any interest?
Yeah, the Mets would be a secondary stack play for me personally. I don't think you want them as your primary stack, but at least they have some home run upside in that lineup in some good spots that you can exploit. There are 6 games that are in bad parks, or 5 games that are in bad parks tonight. So as Tony always makes fun of me when I try to make fun of him for picking games in bad parks, this is one of those days where there are a lot of teams in play because there are not any good parks to play where you get that park upside. So Mets secondary stack, I have no interest in the Marlins right now with what they've done to their team currently. So
I'll say one thing too about what you just said. These are the slates where sometimes I think even myself, I know a month ago everyone made fun of me that day for playing Pittsburgh when I hate that park. I think it's more of a case just to jam the Yankees, even though they're chalky. We got all these bad parks. You're going to try to force it. You're going to try to say, oh, let me find the Mets in this park to get it, or let me get this terrible Washington lineup to get it. Just play the Yankees and do a mini stack somewhere. Yeah, maybe you play a mini stack, Pete Alonso and Javi Baez and James McCann. There's a decent mini stack. I love Luzardo tonight. But I'm not going to argue playing Alonso, Javi Baez, and James McCann against a lefty as a mini stack. I mean, sure, I think there's power there. But as far as the parks and stuff, like K-Fallic just said, I think it's even more reason to play the Yankees because there just isn't another spot out there.
And you can build any mini stack around those Yankees plays because I think basically, I don't know if you want to play Brett Gardner except for value reasons, if you're wanting value, but 1 through 8, at least every single one of them are very in play. So you can choose who you want to play around and pick your mini stack first, and then go and pick your Yankees 5 or 4 that you're playing around it. Is a route you can take. So it's hard to fade the Yankees tonight. It's very easy to say that it is hard to fade the Yankees tonight.
Yes. Next game, very similar setup, 7.5 total. We don't like the pitchers as much here. Rodriguez, Dunning, team total for the Angels 4, team total for the Rangers about 3.5. Big T, I'll start with you. Any interest here from an offensive standpoint?
No, I mean, I don't like this one either. You could make a case for some Angels, I guess, but I'm just not going to do it. I don't like the park. I don't like the Angels lineup outside of Ohtani in a park like this. Really, there's nothing that even like piques my interest in this game. So no, I'm out.
Yeah, for me, Ohtani is like a one-off. Obviously, ownership should be in check because of this low total. Title, any interest here in the Rangers or Angels bets?
I was going to say the same thing as you. Anytime Ohtani's going to come in 5 to 10% owned, I mean, I'll have some interest as a one-off at the best bet. I mean, best bet in the league right now with pitching. That's not salary, doesn't really matter. I think he's an elite one-off, but other than that, no.
All right, next game, we have the Pirates. We have the Brewers. 9 total here. Team total for the Pirates, about 3.5. 5.5 for the Brewers. So the Brewers are a team that will likely get a little bit of ownership. But when you start looking at the pricing, there's might be some hesitancy because you're paying the full price tag on these guys now, like Willy Adames coming in at 5.1K, Eduardo Escobar coming in at 5.4K, not Navarez, who we've been getting for a discounted price, coming in at 4.5K. So I think the price tags could keep these guys in check a little bit. I mean, they're priced pretty similarly to the Yankees bats, and most people are obviously going to go Yankees over Brewers. Let's start with Uncle T. Thoughts here on this Pirates Brewers game?
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be one of the popular spots to go to tonight. I'm going to try to be under the field on this one for sure. I just can't play all the teams. We already like the Yankees, and I really like the Rays, so I'm not going to just play all these top teams and mix and match them. I'm going to try to fade or be way underweight. I may end up totally fading Milwaukee. I get it. The top 4 guys in the lineup, like you mentioned, are very good plays. I mean, they're good plays. They're going to be popular. They're expensive. They do have some value from 6 through from 5 through 8 as well. So I think people that play in Milwaukee, if you're going to do that, I would definitely not just go 1 through 4. So for me, I get it. These guys are good plays. They're in a good spot, but I'm gonna try to fade or be way under the field on this game.
On mute, K. Fallick, thoughts here, Pirates Brewers.
I like pieces of the Brewers. Lorenzo Cain is looking pretty nice lately, and he's batting 8th, 2.8K or 2.9K, excuse me. Avisail Garcia is also a nice play in the 5 hole. As you said, I think the top 4 are too expensive. Like I know that Adames has been playing so well since being a Brewer, but 5.1K is really tough to do. I'm waiting for Gary to get back to me, but I believe the Pirates bullpen is really bad right now as well. So picking pieces again of this crew allows for things to happen. I expect that Escobar is going to be unowned. And I am perfectly fine with that. And I think that he's a great third base option. I probably wouldn't play him at first base, but if you were to offer me Rowdy or Escobar, I would take Escobar, even though he's more expensive. Like, I just think that he's much more talented and in a better play. But I think this is, again, a perfect spot to do the mixing and matching.
Going to be unowned?
Huh?
Why do you think Escobar is going to be on
price tag? Actually, I agree with him. The price tag is going to keep him on like 5.
No third baseman.
Chris Bryant. He's on the Giants now.
Chris Bryant's going to be. Did you know Chris Bryant is on the San Francisco?
But even
one of the ones I did know. I'll take credit for knowing him.
Even LeMay, but honestly, LeMahieu batting first, being first and third base eligible when Rizzo's the first baseman means that DJ LeMahieu is going to be your third baseman if you stack up that game 1 through 5, which a lot of people are going to do. And I'm just going to skip right over DJ LeMahieu. I'm not going to play him no matter what. If he beats me, he beats me. And I'll play a third baseman in the mini stack. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. And that's why I think that Escobar is going to be lower owned because of those guys that have already been listed by all of y'all in here. So I think that Escobar is going to be low owned. And I think that this is why Ranger Suarez is in play, is because you can play a guy like Escobar and get the big bats for the Yankees and get some other big bats and call it a day. So
Big T, thoughts here on the Pirates Brewers game?
Yeah, I like this game. This is my other game that I'm going. I kind of like the Pittsburgh side too, which will be my low-owned stack of the night. You got to have at least one low-owned stack, I think, even for mini stacks. I like that. We don't have the official lineup out yet, but I love what they can do with all these righties against Lauer, who is way better when he faces a team like some of these guys, like this Nagowski or however you say his name. Literally, no one's going to play him, and I think he's pretty good in that 4-hole. Castro, I know our boy JSU gets stiff over this Castro guy. Stallings has power for a catcher. Brian Hayes. Reynolds, I kind of like this lineup tonight. It's a super sneaky lineup against Lauer. And, yeah, I like Milwaukee. I don't think Escobar is going to be low-owned like you guys do because no one plays DJ LeMahieu. I think you can play Chris Bryant in the outfield. I think if he's slow owned, then I love it because he's the best play. I think he's an awesome play. So either way, I mean, even if he's owned 15%, that doesn't bother me at all. So I love Escobar. I like this lineup, kind of like you guys said. There's good plays in there. I like Adames. I'm just kind of matching it up with the Yankees where they don't have a shortstop and they don't have a third baseman. So in my head as a tournament player, naturally, I think about Adames and Escobar kind of filling those gaps in there and seeing how it matches. And I like it. And I like Pittsburgh too. So this is like my second game besides the Yankees where I'm going to be pretty heavy on it. I might even build one team where I don't play Yankees and I just jam this game in there. So I'm high on this game.
Yeah, I do think the Brewers, just looking at it because of the price tags, come in a little bit lower. So that should obviously work out well for you. Like you go to the next game with the Giants, like they have some cheap bats. So people are gonna play them. I mean, you don't get many price breaks here at the Brewers, especially at the top of the lineup. All right. Just want to remind you guys that we have the Up to Lock show starting in, about 12 minutes. And man, what a trio today. I mean, JSU, G Ryzen, and DC. Damn, taking you all the way up to lock. That is quite the group there. You need to be a member to watch that show. You can use that promo code RPSHeater25. Will get you 25% off your first payment on a monthly package. Last game on the slate.
I had a question too since I was gone, and you guys might know better than me. So Holden took this lady on a date last week to the freaking wherever they went, the steakhouse. And he whined about everything with her, and then he got COVID right after. Was that what happened? She gave him COVID?
Oh, I didn't hear.
Oh, he sent some tweet about it or something.
Oh.
I'm out of town for a week, and I lose all the news. I didn't even know.
Yeah, maybe I'm totally wrong. I thought I read that on.
Sure, you're right.
But
he is sick. He said COVID. I think I don't know how he got it or that, but.
I was trying to figure out how he got another damn off day. He's off every day, and then then Hoop gives the lineup, and he's off again today.
Yeah, Holden's got the dream setup here at RPS. Like, there's no one better. No one has a better setup.
He's in bed with your HR director, JSU. I'm pretty sure is what's going on.
I agree.
Yeah, he's got a good setup here. I'm not gonna lie. Giants, Diamondbacks, 9.5 total team total for the Giants. Slightly above 5.5. About a 4 team total for the Diamondbacks. Giants are going to be pretty popular. You can get some cheap bats. I mean, assuming Wade leads off, he's only 3.5K on DK. Chris Bryant, like we just talked about, he'll be popular on DraftKings, especially with the lack of third base options. Brandon Crawford, a lot of different ways to go depending on what they do here at their lineup. Still not out at this point, but the Giants will undoubtedly be a popular stack here tonight. Title, talk to me about Giants Diamondbacks.
Yeah, for the Giants, they're my third favorite. I do like Milwaukee over the Giants, and like Uncle T said earlier, you can't play all the chalkier ones up top, so I'm not gonna have too much. Lamonte Wade at 3.5K. I'd rather play him in the outfield than first base. I think he's a very strong play. Yastrzemski at 4.2K, and then Brandon Crawford and Chris Bryant, because you get to shortstop with Crawford, Chris Bryant at third base. Those are my favorites. But I'm gonna play Adames over Brandon Crawford at shortstop. I'm gonna go Escobar over Chris Bryant, who I think is gonna be lower owned at third base. So it kind of matches up where you can't play them all. It's going to be the Brewers over the Giants for me, but they definitely are. 5.7 total. They are a strong play for sure. Get the guaranteed 9th inning at bat 2 on the road. So I don't mind them. As far as Arizona, you can go like a Cole Calhoun at 3.1K or one off one of these lefties with power. Ketel Marte is only 4K, but I'm not going to really get there. But I think the one-offs against Esclafani, who's going to get some ownership, power to lefties, he can let up. So one off, if anything, Arizona, but I won't be going there really.
BigT
Wade is out injured. Dang, I thought I saw him supposed to be in the first one hole. Yeah.
I don't think he's out. I don't know what that person's talking about.
I saw him projected to be in the lineup. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's.
I don't
fine.
see him.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Yeah. Maybe he is. We don't have a lineup, but I don't see that anywhere.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
He doesn't play. He doesn't play anyways. We'll have the lineup before anyway. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like the other teams more than San Francisco, but like Title said, I mean, you just got to pick and go. I wouldn't play San Fran and Milwaukee. Like, I would pick one of the two and kind of fade the other one. I kind of like Milwaukee more, so I'll probably fade San Fran. I mean, and if you don't like the Yankees, then yeah, you can go to Milwaukee and San Fran. I just wouldn't go to all the chalky teams in one type build. So that's where I'm at. The lineup, I'm waiting to see the lineup. Yeah, if Wade's out, some of the chat saying he got injured the end of yesterday's game. The lineup, I will like it a lot less too, because he's a key against righties for me. I love what he does to the lineup. It makes the lineup a lot deeper. All of a sudden, you get some guys in there that I just won't like as much. So I'm probably off of it. I know the Giants, they got a few guys that I do like. I mean, Brandon Crawford at short is another position where it fits good with the Yankees, which is my priority tonight because I want 4 or 5 Yankees on my team. There's no shortstop for the Yankees because I don't like Glaber. I gave my speech at the beginning of the show. I don't need to give it again, but I'm not going to play Glaber tonight more than likely, which means shortstop's a key spot. Love Brandon Crawford in this lineup. So I could easily play him in a mini stack. I could even play Brandon Crawford as a one-off, as a nice little one-off to go. If you don't want to pay the price for Willy Adames, I think Crawford is a great play too in there. And I think you can go to Arizona if you don't like Pittsburgh because they got these lefties, and Disco Stew sucks against lefties. There's a lot of lefties in this lineup. Ketel Marte and Asdrubal, two I absolutely love against right-handed pitching. Peralta, you got a bunch of guys that you can go to. So I'm okay with this game. I would just pick. That's what I would say. Pick the Milwaukee game and Pittsburgh as your low-owned stack, or San Fran and Arizona as your low-owned stack. I kind of lean Milwaukee's way, but pick one of the two and go with it.
Okay, Falek, wrap this up for us, and then we'll get into the plays of the day.
Yeah, so let me first the one thing that's really interesting to me about this game is it's the only late game. And if there is a possibility that we don't get the starting lineups before lock, it could actually bring down the ownership in this game. Which
one of the most underrated It's one of the most underrated strategies for like MLB DFS, and I mean, it's just no doubt about it. These later teams where the lineups aren't out, like their ownership is just way lower than it should be. So I really like that call.
Like I 100% agree with Tony that you're picking between these two games, in my opinion. I know that like Uncle T likes the Tampa Bay Rays. I get it, but what I'm looking at is that you have an opportunity to sit back and wait for these two games at least, and play your Yankees if you want to, or even fade your Yankees. If you're fading your Yankees, you could sit and wait for these last two games when people are not going to be willing to do that as much. And I think that these are the two best games to attack. Like Widener has been horrible the last couple games, and it's like not even lefty righty or anything. He has been horrible, and so I think any guy for the Giants is in play. And then as was already said, DeSclafani is not as good against lefties. We have no clue what that lineup's going to be. I don't think anybody could guess what that lineup's going to look like right now with how Arizona's playing, and it puts them in play as well. So I like if that game, the lineups don't come out, which I hope they don't, I think that you can get some really nice pieces just by waiting for that game and just taking your chances and taking whatever is left over, whether it leaves you $1,000 on the table, whatever it may be, and fitting in 3 pieces from there if you want with the Yankees, or just sitting back and fading the Yankees, who I look at it, I don't see how they're not going to be 40% owned plus, and especially small in single entry stuff. They'll be easily 40+%. It's baseball. You never know what happens. So lots of opportunity there.
All right, let's go ahead and get into the plays of the day here. We did the full game-by-game breakdown. Like I said, JSU, G-Rise in DC coming up in about, it's going to be a little bit more. They're supposed to be 3 minutes. It's going to be a little bit longer than that, but, they'll take you all the way up to lock. Let's go first to Uncle T with the Monday night mustache ride play of the day. Who do you got for us?
Yeah, I didn't get to talk too much about the Giants game, but I do like the Giants for some pieces here. And my play of the day, I am going out to Chase Field in that late game, and I'm going to go with Mike Yastrzemski, 4.2K in the outfield. K. Fallick hit it right on the head with Widener. He not only has he been terrible, I don't think this guy's any good at all. I know some people tried to make him work the last couple starts. I was against him, and it paid off. But I think Yaz could go once, maybe twice tonight for the Giants. So Mike Yastrzemski is my play of the day.
Yeah, definitely like that one. Go to K. Fallick next with the Where's the Gym Bro play of the day. Who do you got for us?
Get off mute.
I'm not ready. I'm ready now. Off mute. I'm going to also throw out a giant because we all know that the Yankees are a good play. But excuse me, let me get my buff body up again. Darren Ruff has been looking pretty good lately. So Darren Ruff.
Big T's pants are on their way.
Oh, he might not even be in the damn lineup. You can't give it to him.
In the lineup. Darren Ruff is a great play. I don't know why he wouldn't be in the lineup based off of if Lamonte Wade's out, Darren Ruff's in the lineup for sure.
Darren Ruff is good. He's always had power.
Yep. So Darren Ruff is the play today.
Love it. All right, let's go to we got 5
That
plays.
picture. Simon kills me.
Let's go to title with the SO play of the day. Who do you got for us?
I'm going to go to the Brewers, bottom half of the order. Tyrone Taylor at 2.8K. This guy always smashes for me every time I play him. I like some of the bottom of the order for the Brewers. You don't just have to go 1 through 5 or something like you do Yankees. So Tyrone Taylor 2.8K is the SO play of the day.
Homer.
I rarely ever am on the Brewers too. This is the day I actually like them.
I'm going same team as title, same location in the lineup for the SO play of the day. It's going to be my boy Rowdy Tellez, batting 6, 3K on DK. We know Anthony Rizzo is going to have massive ownership, and rightfully so. I mean, 100% he should be highly owned. Tellez should come in low owned, 3K, good price tag. He's going to hit a bomb for us. Give me Rowdy Tellez as the 4X play of the day. Lastly, we're going to go to Big T with the Monday night hungover workbench play of the day. Who do you got for us?
Baseball is always tougher for me for this play because there's a ton of directions you can go with stuff. I love Title too. I always give Hoop credit when he throws a random one out there, but I love the Tyrone Taylor call at the bottom, and Hoop goes with Rowdy. So for the official one, I'm gonna go with Escobar because you guys said he's gonna be pretty low owned, just to give us a little 3-man mini stack from the 3 of us. But I will give one just for like the NBA. He's not going to be on my main team because my main team is going to be different tonight with these qualifiers and stuff like that. So I'll preface by saying that. But a true workbench play that I would play in big field tournaments is this John Nogowski guy from Pittsburgh. Super cheap. Literally no one's going to play him. I love the spot for him, hitting 4th against Lauer. He's going to be the true workbench, but just know that you're not going to see him in my main team tonight, which I always like to preface. But there's a reason for it. I love him as a play. He's going to be the actual workbench play.
Oops, over here taking notes about Big T's lineup.
What you really do to own me is play him against me and take the bomb he's going to hit.
All right, that was a lot of fun. 90 minutes of, not all MLB talk, but it was a lot of fun. We'll be back all week, obviously, breaking down MLB. We had the big announcement today with Tambo joining the Run Pier team, just a great addition to an already very strong team. He will be covering PGA, NFL with us. You'll start to see his face pretty soon here. So we're very excited to have him on board, but we're going to get on out of here. JSU, DC, and G Rising will be coming up next.
We got Lonzo Ball to the Bulls, too, news breaking as we go off.
Really? Wow.
Dang,
That's real big.
Oh, that's huge. Massive.
Damn. That's real big. That's a big NBA move. Title, not your shitty ass Eric Bledsoe and Valanciunas and Steven Adams.
That was massive.
Wait, y'all missed the big news. I'm sorry. Y'all got Lonzo may be big news, but the bigger news is the Houston Rockets are working on a multi-year deal with Daniel Tice.
Woo! Yeah, that's Title's news break there.
That's huge news. That's massive news for Title.
No,
all right, we're gonna get on out of here.
Zach LaVine and Ball. I do like that.
Yeah, for Uncle T, for K Phallic, for Title, for Big T. I'm Hoop. Good luck tonight in your contest.
Good luck, everybody.